You were born ready, don't you? Hell yeah. I'm so excited. I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, that show, I was waiting for that. I was excited when it was announced. I love the project. The album was on our top 5 last years of the greatest fucking punk rock records. It's original. But for people that don't know who I'm talking about, who the hell are you?
We're Escape from the Zoo from Houston, Texas.
It's so cool. I have the whole band. We're in Quebec. You just arrived. I wonder how you felt being here. Jess is back here, but it's the first time with that project.
Yep. I guess I was here with Days N Daze a while back, right? The memories are a little blurry, but it's good to be back again, especially with these folks. It's going to be a good time.
How did that project started up for maybe people that are unaware or are confused with Days N Daze? And because, you know, people too band, what the hell?
Well, Whitney and I started Days N Daze when I was like 16, and we did that for a long time, and we're still doing it. But I met my wife, Veronica, like 10 years ago now.
Yes.
Jesus.
We've been together for 10 years.
And we wanted to start a project together, so we started Escape from the Zoo, and it was just kind of like a little acoustic thing at first, because she plays mandolin, I was playing guitar, and then slowly over time just kind of snowballed. We got Onion on drums after a while, then Elliot came in. I always wanted to be in a project with Elliot. They were in like We the Heathens. We toured with them as Days N Daze years back, and dude's amazing. So we snagged him. Got him on guitar now, and then Bill is his first tour with us.
Yeah, it's been fun, man.
Our usual bassist, Coy, couldn't make it, so Bill practiced with us like 2 times and just dropped everything and hopped in the van.
Just to learn the material, and I was just like, all right, let's fucking do it.
Feeling it, though. Sounds great.
First of all, welcome, Bill, and congratulations. It's something to do that.
Yeah, it's been fun, man, yeah.
It's so cool because, you know, when you do a project like that, you bring all your friends and you get to cross over US and being in Canada. But, like, after all those years, is it more easy to write and create something new as Escape from the Zoo, or it's still a huge challenge for everyone in the band?
I feel like it's a lot easier now because I have so many collaborators. Like with Days N Daze, it's just Whitney and me, and especially with like the last record we put out, she wrote like her songs and I wrote my songs, and it's pretty separate. But with Escape from the Zoo, like everyone's a songwriter, so the weight doesn't fall solely on my shoulders, which is nice, and it's also a lot more fun. I mean, I enjoy writing alone. I like, you know, everybody's got to like journal, right, get those feelings out, but like when it comes to putting the song together, it's just way more fun to, you know, bounce ideas back and forth.
Yeah, and I'm curious how music came to your life. I would ask the question, like, all of you, like, how did you start listening to music, and who influenced you at that time discovering?
So want to go in a circle on this one?
Yeah, we should go circle. I will pass the microphone.
What are your origins? What's your origin story?
Okay, what's your origin story? Yeah.
My parents were really into grunge. I'm from Washington State in the 90s.
Cool.
And my mom's also kind of a hippie, and she plays guitar, and she started teaching me a little bit when I was really young. And influences, No Doubt was probably a big one when I was a kid. And that's...
And did any siblings or friends, you know, get you into discovering band that maybe kind of change your perception of music? And
my brother was a total hipster. I hope he doesn't hear this. And he was really into a lot of like underground indie music, and I got really into that for a while. So, and I'm not very good at this. Here you go.
You're doing great. Yeah, my parents also. My dad specifically got me into, you know, showed me like the Ramones and Sex Pistols and stuff when I was a kid. He's like a huge Billy Joel fan. He's just a massive music nerd overall. He writes for the music section of the Houston Press actually now. But so yeah, he got me into punk when I was like a baby, and then I showed him like Leftover Crack and all those like ska-core bands when I was like a teenager, and you know, he would kind of show me bands back and forth. So yeah, my parents definitely are what stoked the fire for me to start playing music. And then I think Pat the Bunny is probably the reason why I started writing songs, because I saw that dude play and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. Just this dude and an acoustic guitar, that's all he needs. And I was like, I have one of those. I could do it, I guess. And I just kind of never stopped, I guess.
When it's in your blood.
So I'm going to be like bucking the trend here, I guess. I don't come from a family of musicians or anything like that, but my dad was super into music. He had like thousands of CDs when I was growing up, and we were just always listening to do music. So like I didn't really get interested in music, I think, until like maybe I was 8, and we went to like a Hard Rock Cafe, and I saw like Gene Simmons with Kiss. Yeah, and I was like, that's fucking rad. I want to do that.
And which state was the
Well,
Hard Rock Cafe?
I think it was in Niagara Falls, actually.
Oh, cool.
I think it was that Hard Rock Cafe. I was super little, but yeah, so there was that, and I didn't really take it seriously until I listened to like Jaco Pastorius's album. I think it was just called Jaco or something like that, with like Donna Lee and all that other stuff on there. So I have a lot more influence from like jazz. That's like what I went to school for, and then I wound up with these guys. It's been
Went to school for music, and this is
it's fucking awesome though. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, this is the most fucking fun I've had.
jazz. Yeah. Escape from the zoo.
I guess, I don't know. I grew up listening to the radio, and my favorite band when I was a kid was like Third Eye Blind. But like what broke me out of the radio mainstream was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, the soundtrack. I don't know, that just took me to a whole new level of music, and like it made me discover like punk rock and ska and all this shit. And from there, I just really wanted to play it. So it was like, when I was a kid, I would bang on the walls. I guess this is what my mom tells me. I would bang on the walls like while listening to music, and she got so fed up with it that she bought me a drum set.
Because that would be less annoying.
Yeah, well, she was like, I mean, if you stop, yeah, exactly.
Stop destroying the wall.
Yeah.
Play on the drum.
And then it just kind of like went back and forth between like punk rock and like metal and all this, like, you know, just stuff from friends, and yeah, I don't know. That's right.
Yeah?
Hello.
My name's Onion. I'm the drummer in Escape. And I grew up listening to the Beatles and Jethro Tull and a lot of that kind of music. Robert Fripp, King Crimson, shit like that. And when I was about 15, my family, trying to escape homelessness in Southern California, moved to Southern Oregon. And when I got there, some of the first people I met introduced me to NoFX. The first punk record I think I ever heard was like, I heard They Suck Live. And then right after that, I heard Propagandy, which is my hands down favorite fucking band. Yeah, that's right. And did all that, and then when I was about 20 years old, somebody put me behind a drum kit, and they enticed me with a bottle of whiskey. And I've been doing it ever since. I played for a million bands, and yeah, and totally, it worked. It worked. Yeah, and I've been doing it for like 20 some years, and Jesse picked me out of the ether and found a home. So here I am.
This is so cool. Sweet. I love asking the question because it there's so much stuff in Escape from the Zoo. So it's fun to know the background of each one, and each individual now would bring different background, and it's cool. But the Third Eye Blind, it's the first time. But I used to love like the alternative rock. Yeah, even my friend that was really nerds were like, no, Like, oh yeah, there's something in third eye blind. Like, what the hell? You're listening like to Creator and you're talking about third eye blind. Yeah, you have to be open-minded in music. But yeah, the first.
Sure about that?
And yeah, and all that combination creates something that are really original. And it's cool because the scene is kind of changing in a way, you know. You mentioned NoFX. NoFX is quitting. There's going to be a huge hole. So there's a time shifting, I think, that happened after the pandemic. And it's cool to see that Days N Daze and band like Oli Locos and like Bridge City Sinner, like you all creating a new scene, and it's getting a lot of kids, and it's so cool and freshy to see that, and it's cool to have you here. Was it something that came natural, or it was a direction or a vision you have in mind?
For Days N Daze, for like folk punk stuff?
Yeah, for all the music you create and Escape from the Zoo.
I think Days N Daze kind of was born out of just circumstance. We wanted to start a punk band when we first started Days N Daze, and just couldn't afford like amps and drums and a band. Yeah, you always want to start a punk band, but then you end up in a folk punk band, and you just so then after, you know, after we
do acoustic shit for
after we did Days N Daze for a while, and we finally did have the means to, you know, get the amps and drums and the band to haul it all around in. That's why we did Escape from the Zoo. That's why we did it electric. We started it, you know, because we just wanted to play together, but I could finally fulfill my dreams of making music super loud.
Yeah, and there was a beautiful scene. The crack rock steady scene was really cool, you know, at the end of the 90s. And it felt that it didn't fall apart, but it was not there as it used to. And it's kind of a revival around that scene. And it's cool that it brings a lot of kids to know those bands. And there's so many great, like Morning Glory is such, like, I love that band so much. Like, it really... It's weird, but it changed my perceptions of music when I ask, like, when I hear that, you say, man, you can bring, like, you know, all those stuff they bring in their music that is fucking not punk at all, you know?
Yeah, for sure. When I heard, I mean, like, all the Steady 7 bands that had, like, you know, piano in some of their songs, and they had, like, Soon Will Be Dead, that had, like, all, what was it, who did that with them? World Inferno. Yeah, they had like the string section and all that, and I was like, man, they had like all the little interludes and like sound bites and stuff. The whole record just, you know, felt like one cohesive production. And then on top of that, like the metal, like screamy vocals of like, it just felt so like evil and dark and like esoteric. Like when I first found those bands, I felt like I was like the only kid that was listening to like leftover crack in high school, and like it definitely changed the trajectory of my musical journey for sure.
And it proved that, you know, I think that great music don't come from, you know, it doesn't have to be polished and perfect, you know. I think it's weird, but it's always came from the dirt and the shit, you know, and you find that gem in that because it's not perfect. And music never had to be perfect.
That's what punk rock is, right? Embracing the flaws. That helped me so much. I have really terrible obsessive compulsive disorder, and I'm a really bad perfectionist. So punk rock really helped me out as a kid to like kind of break out of those boxes and embrace the little inconsistencies and stuff in life and in music. I think the Steady 7 stuff and, you know, all of like ska-core and punk is just a continuation of that mindset that helped me when I was a kid. So yeah, gotta embrace the dirt and the crust, right?
Yeah, I came from metal where everything had to be kind of perfect, and at some point I went to see my favorite band, you know, when I start high school, and they were inaccessible. And my friend were into punk rock, and, you know, as kid, you try to sell it at party. You have to listen to that record. I'm like, yeah, it's basic. Yeah, you don't play music. fuck you. And they were right. I don't play music. And then I switch and I understand that there was a scene accessible, and that's what I love. And you learn, and you mention like mental problem and disorder. Like punk is the guide to get you, weapon you need to get through the journey. I think it really helped me, when I've got anxiety, and through punk rock I learned you have to be proud to be yourself, and like everybody, don't give a fuck. Everybody has an opinion.
Punk rock is the place where all the misfits go. It was the community originally back like in the late 70s and early 80s, where like if you didn't want corporate music and you didn't want the schlock and you didn't want the this, it was a place where everybody was welcome, all inclusive. Where did you want avant-garde as you want? Punk rock was that place, a safe place for the weirdos and the freaks and the people that, the island of misfit toys, absolutely.
We should have all just introduced ourselves with our mental health disorders. I am Jesse, I have OCD.
You fucking realize we all have. And then yeah, and that's the cool thing too, because when the money came to the scene, it really destroyed it, and it really got ugly at some point for some band,
Mm-hmm.
And then like there was that purge, and everybody kind of slowly get back together, and I think that we are in one of the greatest point in underground music history. Not just punk rock. I mean, what is punk rock now? Musically, it's way more than that.
Yeah.
I feel like in the last 5 years there's been a huge boom of punk rock, and maybe it's the internet, but I don't know. Or maybe I've just been under a rock.
I think like with the pandemic, people got more time on their hands, so they discover way more music, and the band that their friend were telling about, they go see them because they got more time, or they're working at home and listening to more music. So yeah, if there's something positive, I think it's there, and the creation that people did during that 2 years. And how was it for you? What did you do during like those shitty 2 years?
We did a lot of Zoom chats and stream shows and drinking. Yeah.
Guilty too. Fucking
goes, right?
Jack Daniels.
He got dark.
Yeah.
For real. It was fun. Like the first week, I was thinking like I'm doing a lot of stuff, and like that drink really, get me the energy. And after a week, I was like, fuck, man, life sucks when you're always inside. And then like 3 weeks, I'm like, okay, I should quit alcohol for a while. It's not good for me at all.
At least with Animal Crossing as like a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
It came out at the perfect time.
You can fast forward time in Animal Crossing, so I did that for 3 straight weeks. I did nothing else but play Animal Crossing during the pandemic.
It's a vortex. You lose 3 weeks, and it's just like the day you start, you wake up three weeks later. What the hell happened? It's fucking arrow.
My beautiful world that I made and did nothing else.
Yeah, I want to live in that world. What should I do to get there now?
The house is a mess. I'm just like, it's fine. Look,
the floor's a mess. No, look what I built there.
My Nintendo house is spick and span.
But yeah. So you create, and it really gets you through. And at the end, when you release it, you realize that a lot of people they make them feel happy. And I think that's what happened with the last album, like the subject and everything. And when I talk about Escape from the Zoo, like people are like, oh, the lyrics, it's something sometimes you wish you could have write, but you didn't because you're not writing.
Well, yeah, I'm glad that people can find some solace in the lyrics. Even though it kind of sucks that they can relate to those thoughts and feelings, I'm glad that they can, because it makes me feel less alone in that. Especially that last Escape from the Zoo album, I feel like is kind of just like our diary entries set to ska punk. So yeah, to know that people can relate means the world for sure.
Escape from the Zoo have the time of your life in Quebec City. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. With us, we're our small town, so we get when band like choose to go to Montreal because it's bigger. But when band came, we're so happy.
Yeah, happy to be here. Excited to see how the show goes. Excited to check out the castle you were talking about. That's gonna be rad.
Yeah, looking for rats. They're gonna sue me. Like, it's always said we got rats. We don't have rats problem. So thank you. Have a blast tonight, and of course we encourage everyone go grab the records. If you were not at the show, go buy merch, and of course if you don't have money, we get it. We're punk rockers. It's a really dark time financially, so go listen to the music. It's on every platform. Learn the song and challenge Jesse and everyone in the band. Go sing damn loud.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Prescription is what you need. No more inhibition.